Welcome to 5 Minutes Unfiltered, where I give you business inspiration so you finish this episode fired up. Now, I almost didn't do it this week because I am not in a great emotional state. But then I had something happen. We'll talk about it a little bit later. And it made me realize, no, we need this more now than ever. So here is an episode about rejection, because I guarantee most of the things that you're probably not doing in life, not just in your business, but in general, even with your relationships, have to do with a fear of rejection, of someone not liking what you have to say or who you are or what you represent, or saying no to your business. I know I've always joked about, but also it's very real, how it was hard for me when people unsubscribed in the beginning from my emails, especially when I felt like all I'm doing is just sharing love and who I am. That was hard. It was hard for me when people unfollowed and I could see it because, again, I thought, but I'm just sharing who I am. I'm sharing wisdom. You don't want me. And it was really funny for me in the sense that I never struggled as an adult with rejection. So if someone didn't like me, they didn't like me, and that was fine. As a kid, that was very hard for me. But as an adult, it wasn't something that bothered me. And so when I look back and I see, what is it that can really help us deal with rejection? Because it feels like someone is saying, you're not good enough, or I don't value you, or what you do, I don't believe in. That's hard. Ultimate, it feels like back in the early human days where we were exiled out of the tribe. It doesn't feel good. But I want you to think about it like this instead. If you are not being rejected by some people in some way, you are going to find it very hard to attract the people that would deeply connect with you because they don't really realize who you are, what you stand for. That's a really hard lesson to face. Let's bring it back to dating always. If you knew that you had to go on a date with 20 people who would reject you, but you knew that after that you would get one person who you really connected with and you had such a great time and such a great experience, if you knew that would happen, would you be willing to go through the 20? So when you get very clear on what you represent, what you believe, and you let go of that fear of people just not liking you or not liking what you have to say, that's when the real conversations come up. And that's when you are going to see the growth in the community that you want. Now, quick note on what happened to me is I shared about a guest that I'm having that I'm really excited about, and she is very opinionated. She's got her views that other people might not agree with. Someone saw this story and actually took the time to look this person up, come back to my story and write me a message and saying, unfollow. But this time it made me laugh because I just thought, you have wasted this time to send me a message that you are exiting. When in reality, if you are so triggered by me bringing on one person of the 300 guests I've talked to in 4 years, that you don't want to be in my community, then you never were going to be the right person anyway. So think about it like that. Those people who leave are not meant to be in your world. And you have to allow yourself to get to that other side. And unfortunately, it's a little bit of yuckiness of seeing some people not agree with you. But you need to be authentic to who you are. So if you are holding back, and in fact, if you're feeling unaligned with what you're doing or you're not getting the growth you wanted, this is probably a really big step to take. So think about it. Are you willing to go through those 20 if you know you are going to get the person who really wants nothing more than to be a part of your world, that is going to recommend you, refer you, because you know what? One of those people is worth 40. One of those people who truly believes in you and what you do is worth 40 for your business, for your life. If you have 30 fair weather friends that are kind of there, but you don't really have a deep connection, and those take up all your time so you can never really form a deep relationship with someone else, is it worth it? And if those people go away, while it might hurt, remember, you are getting to the ones you want. Now, separate note on rejection here is if the rejection that you're afraid of is that people will say no to you, it's the same concept here. It's that in learning who says no and why, you will get to who says yes. So go out there, be you, and send me a message. Send me a message on Instagram and let me know, are you inspired? And what are you going to now say or do? I'll see you in the next one.